Europe is a treasure trove of majestic castles, each standing as a monument to history, power, and resilience. Yet, some of these fortresses harbor secrets far darker than their crumbling stones reveal. They are places where whispers of the past echo through the halls, where history and the paranormal collide in ways that captivate and terrify us. In this video, we'll journey through the top 10 most haunted castles in Europe, uncovering their gripping histories, tragic events, and spine-tingling ghost stories. Each castle on this list offers a unique glimpse into the supernatural, a testament to the lingering presence of those who never truly left. 10. Leap Castle, Ireland. Built in the late 13th century by the O'Bannon clan, Leap Castle has a blood-soaked history tied to familial betrayal. During its early years, a power struggle erupted between two brothers vying for control. One brother, blinded by ambition, murdered the other in the castle chapel during a mass, forever staining the site with violence. Known as the Bloody Chapel, this room is said to be the epicenter of the castle's hauntings. Visitors report the presence of a menacing entity known as the Elemental, described as a dark shadowy figure accompanied by a foul odor of sulfur and decay. Disembodied voices, ghostly apparitions, and eerie lights are frequently experienced, particularly in the chapel and the oubliette, a dungeon where skeletal remains were discovered. During renovations in the 20th century, workers uncovered a hidden chamber filled with human bones. This grisly discovery, paired with accounts of unexplainable footsteps and cold drafts, only intensified Leap Castle's reputation as Ireland's most haunted site. 9. Bran Castle, Romania. Nestled in the heart of Transylvania, Bran Castle is famously associated with Bram Stoker's Dracula and the real-life Vlad the Impaler. Built in the 14th century, it served as a fortress against invading forces. While its connection to Vlad remains tenuous, its eerie atmosphere and dark past make it a magnet for ghost stories. Legends of Vlad's cruelty seep into the castle's walls. Visitors have reported ghostly apparitions wandering the halls, unexplained cold spots, and even phantom screams emanating from the dungeon. Local folklore claims the spirits of prisoners who perished in the castle linger, seeking release from their eternal torment. A team of paranormal investigators reported hearing footsteps and faint whispers in areas known to house the most brutal torture devices. Even skeptics have left Bran Castle feeling an unshakable sense of unease. 8. Houska Castle, Czech Republic. Built in the 13th century, Houska Castle is infamous for its peculiar design. It lacks defensive features like kitchens, water sources, or living quarters, suggesting it was never intended for habitation. Instead, legend claims it was constructed to seal a gateway to hell located beneath the castle. Witnesses report seeing shadowy creatures near the supposed gateway, as well as hearing disembodied screams and growls. One chilling tale recounts the story of a prisoner lowered into the pit to investigate. When he was pulled back, he had aged decades, his hair white and his face twisted in terror. In modern times, visitors have reported sightings of spectral figures, unexplained temperature drops, and the sensation of being watched. Paranormal teams have captured chilling EVPs, electronic voice phenomena, in the castle's chapel, believed to be the spiritual barrier to the underworld. 7. Château de Brissac, France. This stunning French castle, known as the Giant of the Loire Valley, was home to many noble families. Its most famous ghostly resident, the Green Lady, is believed to be Charlotte de Brise, who was brutally murdered by her husband after he discovered her affair. Charlotte's spirit has been seen wandering the castle in a green dress, her face distorted with hollow eye sockets. Guests often hear her moaning late at night, and her apparition is particularly active in the tower room where she was slain. The current owners have spoken publicly about the ghostly activity, noting how some guests have fled in the middle of the night after encountering the Green Lady. The castle's eerie yet elegant ambience makes it a favorite for ghost hunters. 6. Chillingham Castle, England. This medieval fortress has a grim reputation, having served as a torture chamber during England's bloody wars with Scotland. Many prisoners met their fate in the castle's dungeon, their cries of anguish believed to still echo through time. The Blue Boy is Chillingham's most famous ghost, seen as a glowing blue figure in the pink room. Visitors also report hearing disembodied voices, sudden cold spots, and even being touched by unseen hands. During renovations, workers found the skeletal remains of a child behind a wall, along with fragments of blue clothing, seemingly confirming the legend of the Blue Boy. 5. The Tower of London, England. Built in 1078, the Tower of London has witnessed centuries of political intrigue, imprisonment, and executions. Its most famous resident, Anne Boleyn, was beheaded by order of her husband, King Henry VIII. Anne's ghost, often seen carrying her head, haunts the chapel of St. Peter ad Vincula. The specters of the princes in the tower, believed to have been murdered by their uncle Richard III, are also said to roam the grounds. Guards have frequently reported seeing a shadowy figure walking the battlements, only to vanish when approached. One guard fainted after encountering Anne Boleyn's apparition near the White Tower. 4. Predjama Castle, Slovenia. An architectural marvel carved into a towering cliff face, Predjama Castle is a fortress steeped in history, intrigue, and spine-chilling hauntings. Located near the town of Postojna, this 13th-century castle combines natural and man-made defenses, making it as mysterious as it is imposing. Predjama Castle's fame stems from the legend of Erasm Luger, a 15th-century knight who lived there. Often referred to as Slovenia's Robin Hood, Erasm was a rebellious noble who defied the Habsburg Empire. He used the castle's secret cave system to smuggle supplies and evade capture. However, his luck ran out when he was betrayed by a servant. During a siege, he was killed by a cannonball while in the castle's toilet. Erasm's spirit is said to haunt the castle, wandering its corridors and secret tunnels. Some claim to hear his footsteps echoing through the halls, while others report a ghostly presence in the very room where he met his grisly end. Visitors have experienced unexplained cold spots and strange noises emanating from the caves beneath the castle. Guides recount stories of flickering lights and sudden drafts in rooms with no windows. Paranormal investigators have recorded disembodied voices and shadowy figures, further cementing Predjama Castle's reputation as one of the most haunted sites in Slovenia. 3. Dragsholm Castle, Denmark. Located on the beautiful Oddsherd Peninsula, Dragsholm Castle is a picturesque estate with a chilling history. Originally built in the 12th century, the castle has been a royal residence, a prison, and now a luxury hotel. However, its serene exterior hides a dark past filled with tragedy and torment. Dragsholm Castle became a prison for noble and high-ranking prisoners in the 16th century. One of its most famous captives was James Hepburn, Earl of Bothwell, the third husband of Mary, Queen of Scots. After being imprisoned for treason, he reportedly died in the castle's dungeon, chained to a pillar. The castle is said to be haunted by 3 distinct spirits. 1. The Grey Lady, thought to be a servant who died tragically at the castle, she is said to roam its halls, offering a protective presence to the living. 2. The White Lady, a noblewoman who was bricked into the walls of the castle by her father after falling in love with a commoner. Her skeletal remains were discovered during renovations, and her spirit is said to appear in a flowing white gown. 3. The Earl of Bothwell, his restless ghost reportedly rides through the castle grounds on horseback, chained and tormented by his imprisonment. Guests have reported hearing whispers, footsteps, and the clinking of chains in the dead of night. Some have claimed to see the White Lady's ethereal figure gliding through the halls, while others have felt cold hands touch them in empty rooms. The castle's dungeons are particularly active, with many experiencing an overwhelming sense of dread. 2. Edinburgh Castle, Scotland. Perched on Castle Rock, Edinburgh Castle is a fortress steeped in history and surrounded by ghostly legends. Dating back to at least the 12th century, the castle has been a royal residence, military stronghold, and prison. It played a pivotal role in Scotland's turbulent past, including the Wars of Independence. One of the castle's most famous legends is the Piper of the Walls. Centuries ago, a piper was sent to explore the underground tunnels beneath the castle. He played his bagpipes to signal his progress but vanished without a trace. To this day, visitors claim to hear faint bagpipe music echoing from the depths. Other spirits include the ghost of a headless drummer boy and spectral soldiers. The castle's dungeons, which housed prisoners of war, are said to be particularly haunted. Paranormal investigators have recorded strange lights, cold drafts, and inexplicable noises. Guests have reported shadowy figures, unexplained touches, and a sense of foreboding in the dungeons. The castle is so haunted that it has been featured on numerous ghost hunting shows. 1. Burg Elz, Germany. Nestled in the Moselle Valley, Burg Elz is a fairy tale castle with a dark side. Built in the 12th century, Burg Elz has remained in the hands of the same family for over 850 years. Unlike other castles, it has largely escaped war and destruction, preserving its medieval charm. Legend speaks of Agnes, a young noblewoman who was engaged to a man she despised. When her betrothed tried to force the marriage, she refused, leading to a violent confrontation. She was killed defending her honor, and her spirit is said to linger in the castle. Visitors report sightings of a pale woman in a flowing white gown. She is often seen wandering the halls or standing by the windows, gazing out at the forest. Strange noises, such as soft weeping or distant footsteps, add to the eerie atmosphere. Which of these castles would you dare to visit? Or have you already walked their haunted halls? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, keep your lanterns close, the shadows are never far away.